Alhamdulillah. You need to drink water, okay? I'm gonna drink again. So dehydrated, man. I think I barely drank like 1 liter yesterday. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته يا شباب. إن شاء الله أنتم بخير. وإن شاء الله نبدأ هذا التقديم. إن شاء الله. So guys, I have two weaknesses. One is procrastination, one is drinking water. That's why I started this video by drinking some water. Alhamdulillah. شربت هذه الماء. هذا الماء. هذا مشروب الماء. قرار. Wait, there's another word for bottle, but it's fine. So, alhamdulillah, I'm actually posting these on YouTube on my secondary channel called Alex Gets Cooked. So if you're interested in watching these long form videos, not on WhatsApp, but on YouTube, and seeing all of them like in one place, then you can see them there. So, alhamdulillah, I've done my morning routine. The first thing I didn't do was go on my phone, alhamdulillah, and it actually feels amazing. So, honestly, it's literally night and day, the difference between my mornings now and literally just a few days ago. So if you just don't wake up and the first thing you do is use your phone, then your mornings will look way different. So alhamdulillah, I've learned multiple things this morning which I want to discuss with you guys, inshallah. So firstly is that the Quran, let me get it for you guys. The Quran. ما معنى القرآن؟ هذه الكلمة يعني تعني. This word Quran literally means the recitation or the reading. And why is it called that? It's because it was created to be read, right? So this is the blueprint, not for any building, not for blueprints are for buildings. It's not a blueprint for any building, it's a blueprint for your entire life and how to live it successfully, both in this world and the next. So inshallah, who wouldn't read the blueprint to how to succeed in life, right? This is the book you need to read, inshallah, and you should be reading it every single day. So that's the first thing I wanted to mention. And then second, I watched this video. So شاهدت هذه الفيديو or هذا الفيديو. Does video have camera good either? Wait, let me just. Sorry, apologies for that. There was me. I did not mean to say that. Okay, so video in Arabic. That was an advert, by the way. That was not a video. Video has no tamarhud. So I watched this video. One person on my sales team recommended it to me. It's called Passive Income Expert: How to Make 10K per month in 90 Days. It's from Chris Kohner, being interviewed by the Diary of the CEO. I forgot his name. What's his name? The Diary of the CEO. His name is Stephen Bartlett, of course. Like, the reason I should know his name is literally because I have a book called The Diary. I bought his book, okay, from Stephen Bartlett, The Diary of the CEO. I haven't read a single page apart from when I bought it. And I should be doing that, inshallah. Because the reason why I haven't started reading this book is because I need to read this one. I need to read this one first, okay? And I haven't even read half of this because I'm trying to implement everything I read. So I haven't even started with the notes that I actually want to talk about. But the thing about reading things and not implementing them is the same as what was mentioned in the live Q&A with Freddy Lakamus just 2 days ago. He mentioned that, dude, you can speedrun loads of videos. You can go through my entire course, in like a few days. But if you're watching video after video after video, and you're not actually implementing any of the information, you're not applying anything of what is inside there, then what is the point? What is the point? You're not benefiting from the videos, because if the video was teaching you how to start your own business, and that video that you just watched didn't actually help you get closer to starting your own business, then it's useless, right? And some videos are temporarily useless. I literally didn't even write this on my notes and I'm talking about this. Some videos are temporarily useless. That's what Freddy Lakamus said. What does that mean? It means if this video teaches you how to go from 10 to 100k a month and you're not even at 10k a month, then you're not going to be able to use it now. But in the future, when you're at 10k a month and now you have that video, you know that exists, you have that information to go from 10 to 100k. So it might not be useful at the moment, but will be useful later on. And to go back to the main message of the video thing is that you need to you need to be implementing everything you're learning, otherwise you're just consuming content without implementing anything, right? So to actually talk about this video, Passive Income Expert, I learned multiple things. So Chris Koner, he's a serial entrepreneur. So serial entrepreneur, what does that even mean? So you know serial killer, right? Serial killer kills someone over and over again. So serial entrepreneur, they start businesses over and over again. This guy has started like 80 businesses, I believe. His entire business is starting businesses and talking about it. That's literally what he does. So his journey in entrepreneurship started when he sold golf balls at 9 years old. 9 years old. So he has a 9-year-old child by the time he created this video. When did he create the video? 6 days ago. So right now he has a 9-year-old child, and he mentions himself, I can't imagine my 9-year-old child coming to my door and trying to negotiate and do business. Well, that's when he started, right? So the reason he mentioned this anecdote, this personal story about himself, is because business is approachable. What does that mean? It means anyone can start a business, even a child at 9 years old. Because business is all about finding a problem and creating a solution for it. So he was selling golf balls, used golf balls. How did he do that? He went around, found, because you know golf balls, you're going to lose them, right? So he literally picked up lost golf balls and sold them at the age of 9. And he went around knocking doors and sold them at 3 golf balls for $1, which is a lot cheaper than getting new ones, right? So that's one thing. And then the second tip he mentioned is that even with $500 you can start a business, and that you shouldn't do something you like until you can actually afford to do something that you like. So you should be chasing profit rather than chasing your own passion. Because yeah, I'm just saying what he said, okay? Yeah, I mean, I don't fully agree with what he said, but like I heard this from other entrepreneurs that, you know, the most the businesses that you don't really think about, like selling toilet paper, or, you know, collecting rubbish, or waste management, or all of these businesses, they're the most profitable ones, but no one ever looks at them because they're not the fanciest, right? So he says, do something you don't like until you can afford to do something you do like. And in terms of following money, in terms of letting like profit be your ultimate goal, one point, because these are non-Muslims that we're taking inspiration from, right? One thing that someone on my sales team mentioned is that, yeah, you should be following money, but the thing that comes above the money, that comes first before anything else, is that whatever you do should be done for the sake of Allah, right? What is it called? What is the hadith, man? Actions are defined by our intentions. Inna a'malu binniyat. Wait, let me see if because I've only heard other people say it. I don't know if that's actually ayn or not. Actions are defined by our intention. I want to make sure you guys get quality information here, okay? Hadith. The 40 hadith of Imam Nawawi. Okay, I want to find the actual one. Wait, no. I think it's Sahih Bukhari. Oh wait, it's in many books of ahadith. Okay. Wait, come on. Actions are by our intentions. Sorry for the delay, guys. Why is it so difficult? Why is it so difficult to find this famous hadith? Famous is mashhur, right? Mashhur. How about if I search it بالعربية? Wait. إنما الأعمال بالنيات وإنما الأعمال بالنيات. Okay, so I said it wrong, guys. It's innamal a'malu binniya. Niyya. Oh, there's two shadda. Binniya. Innamal a'malu. Oh, innama al a'malu binniya. Okay, so that's how to pronounce it. I said it wrong. Innamal a'malu binniya. Oh, but it should be binniyat, right? Because it's plural. Innamal a'malu binniya. Okay. And each man, and after that, actions are but by intentions, and each man will have but that which he intended. Subhanallah. And this is in many books of ahadith, graded sahih. Okay. So we're getting off topic. So that was that point about doing something you don't like until you can afford to do something you do like. And then, dude, when I was watching this video, okay, so I opened up my laptop and then I had to go downstairs, so I didn't want to lose my connection. I didn't want to bring my laptop with me. So I played the video on my phone, the same video, but it wasn't playing in English, it was playing in Arabic, bil Arabiya. And the two people were speaking in Arabic, the title was Arabic, the thumbnail was Arabic, everything was Arabic. I couldn't believe it. So the same YouTube video can have both English speaking and Arabic speaking, depending on where you're viewing it from. And I remember my video editor, there was like this AI voice on my videos speaking English. And maybe this is it. Let me search it right now, because that was so strange. AI YouTube voice language. YouTube is now replacing creators' original voice with AI. Yo. Wait. Why is there so much music everywhere, man? Okay, it's adverse. Yeah, automatic dubbing. YouTube has a new AI feature called automatic dubbing, which generates translated audio tracks in different languages, making your content accessible to more viewers. That's sick, man. That's so cool. Because this is an English video and I'm reading it bil Arabi Fusha. Alhamdulillah. I'm actually learning so many things. So, going on to the next point, I have so many things that I need to cover. The first thing, so alhamdulillah, this is the second day of like waking up and not using my phone for the first thing, right? And I've actually been doing morning routine, doing loads of things, alhamdulillah. So one other benefit I've realized from doing this is that doing the hard things first, right? Instead of picking up your phone, but doing your bed, doing a shower, praying salah, doing your morning routine, doing that first, instead of doing the easy things first, completely changes everything. Because now, what my top priority for today is to apply for a TEDx talk. And now, I saw that as something difficult. But now that I've done, my morning routine, all the hard things first, now, doing my top priority, doing the things that I perceive as difficult, don't seem as difficult anymore because I've already done hard things at the start of my day. And it's really this massive difference which will completely change the trajectory of your day. I used to watch motivational speeches when I was younger. And one thing that he mentioned was that the first thing you do is make your bed. And why? Is because once you set that, that solid foundation and you build that momentum from the very start of your day, everything else will become easier, inshallah. And then another thing that the passive income expert mentioned, Chris Kroner, he mentioned, you should copy what's already working. Like many people, when they start a business or anything, they don't want to copy what's already there because, you don't want to feel like you're just stealing someone else's thing. And that's not true in entrepreneurship. In entrepreneurship, you want to be copying what's already working, because if they've already spent all this time trying to figure out what's working and you're just going to completely disregard what's working in today's age, then what are you doing? For example, Walmart copied 95% of other regional grocery chains. And this is the case with many other businesses in today's society. You know, competitors copy each other all the time, because if something is already working, that means you should be trying to, you know, stay ahead by doing what's already working, right? And then the last thing I want to mention is that I learned something new. You know how don't pick up your phone or right after waking up. Well, today after waking up for Salatul Fajr, I just watch random YouTube videos. So yeah, it's there's barakah in staying awake after Salatul Fajr, only if what you're doing is productive, right? If you're just watching random YouTube videos, then you don't want to be staying awake after Salatul Fajr. It's actually better to get some more sleep and then wake up and do something productive. So yeah, actually, you know, random YouTube videos. I watched a good random YouTube video. It was about reversing random numbers. So you know, random numbers that are generated using code, right, through our computers, through programming. You can actually reverse those through careful engineering. And one thing, I'm not going to talk about the complexity of reversing random number generators, but one thing that he mentioned was that, you know, a modulus is a type of operation in programming where you get a number and then you find the remainder of that number when you divide it by another. So for example, 10 modulus 3, so 10, you know, the output is 1. Why? Because 3 3s fit into 10 and there's 1 left over. That's the remainder. So you can't undo that operation. So if you had 1 and you know you modulus 3, you can't go back to 10 because you don't know how many multiples were in there to begin with, all right? But here you can actually reverse it if you divide or if you multiply and then modulus. So modulus, I forgot the name. Reversing, it's called, okay, let's ask ChatGPT. When you're in doubt, ask ChatGPT, because this is a really interesting concept. Okay, wait, I can look through the transcript of the video. Share, no, where is this transcript? Share transcript. Okay, found the transcript. Search in video, modulus. Wow, YouTube is so good. It is called modular multiplicative inverse. Modular multiplicative inverse isn't a modular multiplicative inverse of an integer is an integer x such that the product ax is congruent to 1 with respect to the modulus m. Given two integers a and m, find the modular. Wait, I'm trying to understand what this means. Cool. Yeah, I don't completely understand what that means. But yeah, a very cool YouTube video that talked about how you can reverse random number generators. Awesome. That'll be the end of today's video. I've got to have lunch and inshallah I want to head to an Arabic conference, but I think I'm very late already. So, salam alaikum.